A very moist and flavorful banana cake studded with toasted pecans, presented as a layer cake with our billowy 7-minute frosting. Here's an easy dessert idea for when family and friends gather. This truly is the best banana cake recipe ever. It's similar to our famous carrot cake recipe, and we crafted this recipe so that it's simple to make. Where we work with the natural sweetness of the main ingredient, bananas. We make the cake batter using just one bowl. We're doing a layer cake, so the batter gets divided between 2 pans. Then, while the cake's cool, we make our super popular 7-minute frosting. After that, all we gotta do is assemble. Know what? Let's make the best banana cake ever right now. From start to finish, let's go. Let's begin by preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, then to our workstation. Although you can bake this cake in a greased 9x13, don't until you see the end of this video and you see how I'm using 2 8-inch round metal cake pans. They are greased, and then I line them with parchment rounds. The parchment gets a spritz of spray too. Set the pans to the side. Bonus step, a little thing that will add even more flavor to this cake recipe. 1 cup of chopped pecans, spread them out evenly on a parchment-lined baking sheet into the hot oven. We're going to toast the nuts for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Then when they're cool to the touch, we're going to transfer them to a bowl, set them to the side. Now let's hear it for the main ingredients, bananas. You'll need maybe 4 or 5 for this recipe depending on the size. Set one aside. We'll use it when we go to assemble the finished cake. The other ones get peeled. We're going to cut them up into a small bowl, then mash them up using a fork. You can set the mashed bananas to the side just for about 1 minute. Now, I told you this was easy, right? It is a 1-bowl wonder. So grab a big bowl and then add 2 cups unbleached all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup dark brown sugar, 1 teaspoon baking soda, optional but just do it, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon kosher salt, and then 4 eggs. They're at room temperature, but crack them into a small bowl first, whisk them up, and then add them to the big bowl. Oh wait, did that just make this a 2-bowl recipe? Sorry. Continuing, we're going to add 1 cup of vegetable oil, 1/4 cup of sour cream. Next, the mashed bananas. You want 2 cups worth. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and then 3/4 of the chopped pecans. Save the remaining to decorate the cake. Now, a spatula. Stir everything together thoroughly. Then, we're going to divide the cake batter between the 2 pans. Tap the pans on the counter to release the air bubbles. Then, transfer to the oven and bake for 30 minutes. The cakes should have a nice golden top. Cake is done for sure when a cake tester or a toothpick comes away clean. Bring the baked cakes out of the oven. Place them on a wire rack to cool completely. Now, while the cakes are cooling, watch how we do this. We take the simple cake recipe from simple to amazing. Let's start by making our fabulous 7-minute frosting. Place a medium-sized bowl over a pot containing about 1 inch of simmering water. Into that bowl, we add 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. We're going to stir to dissolve the sugar and salt. Then we add 2 egg whites. Grab a whisk. We're going to combine those ingredients together kind of vigorously. It needs to become warm and frothy. Now, grab your hand mixer, set your timer. Set the timer for 6 minutes. We're going to beat the mixture until light and fluffy. You're beating this for the full 6 minutes. Then we're removing the bowl from the heat over to the work surface, and we're going to beat for 1 additional minute. That's 7 minutes total. This will cool the frosting down. Now let's bring this easy banana cake recipe home. Before we assemble, if you're after a pro look, you can trim the domes off the cakes. And just so you know, those trimmings off the top, taste test, you get to try the cake in advance, and it's mighty, mighty tasty. Now we're taking a favorite cake plate or cake stand, add a dollop of frosting. Then the first layer goes down, pan side down. Now we're adding 4 strips of parchment paper. You can tuck them under the cake. This will keep the plate clean. Then we're gonna add frosting on top of that first layer. We're gonna spread it out evenly. Remembering that banana we held back, we're gonna cut it up and then place it onto the frosting. Now the second layer, but for this one, we're going to invert it, then add more frosting. Icing spatula works great to add and smooth the icing on the side all the way around. You can then go back, smooth out the top. Very, very beautiful. Last detail, we have that 1/4 cup of toasted pecans that we held to the side. You can sprinkle them across the top of the cake, remove the parchment pieces, and you are ready to enjoy. So from start to finish, this exquisite dessert takes less than an hour to make, and let me show you what it's gonna look like when you make this at home. Taking a sharp knife, we are cutting wedges. Be generous. As I lift it up, look at the moist cake. You can see that little banana slice in the layer, all that billowy frosting. This cake is gorgeous. Digging in, it is so tender and moist and truly the best ever. Full recipe for this scrumptious dessert is up at weekend@thecottage.com. When you're visiting our website, please subscribe to it. Look for this video on our dedicated YouTube channel. You can subscribe to it as well, please. And then finally, when a dessert is this beautiful, take a photo of it and post it using hashtag weekend@thecottage on your favorite socials like Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. The best banana cake ever. Seriously amazing. This is so good. 2 pieces right now, please.